Hey Sioux Falls. On today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about spring cleaning. But first, we're going to talk to our new city engineer, Andy Berg. Andy, welcome.
Thank you, Shannon. Happy to be here.
Yeah, so you have a new title and a new job here at City Engineering. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure. I originally from Baltic. I grew up there, went to school there. Then I went on to School of Mines and Technology, where I got my civil engineering degree.
We won't hold that against you.
Thank you. Yes. Then from there, I went to a consulting firm for a few years and worked for the city in designing projects, that type of thing. Came to the city in 2007 as the principal drainage engineer. So I was in the engineering group working with stormwater, flooding type issues.
Okay.
And then in 2015, I took a position as a stormwater and environmental manager, and I've been in that position up until Monday. And on Monday, I started this position as city engineer.
Awesome. So your position in drainage and environmental, drainage is certainly a challenging field to be in the city of Sioux Falls. How did that prepare you for what you think you're going to have in the future here now as city engineer?
Sure. A lot of it is dealing with emergency situations or situations you're not necessarily prepared for. So, you have to be able to think on your feet. You have to be able to speak with folks who are upset about what has occurred or what is happening, and just step them through that process, ensure them that what the city does is in their best interest, and trying to convey that what we're doing is hopefully the right thing, So that's a big part of it. Moving into the city engineer role, I'm excited to step out of just the drainage area and kind of get into everything that's involved with the city engineering group.
Yeah, we certainly get to dabble in a lot of different aspects for the city in engineering. We have to be a jack of all trades, it seems like.
Right,
Yeah.
yes. With some of the big projects going on, the South Veterans Parkway, the water plant expansion out at Water Reclamation, there's so many large projects, but also so many everyday projects that happen that maybe people don't really notice, but there's a wide variety and a lot going on, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah. So what are you, looking forward to your new position? What are you most excited about?
Well, I'm excited to be back in engineering. It's a great group of people, first of all, a lot of talent there. So I'm happy to be back. And honestly, working with the development community, the engineering community, the community as a whole, this position will allow me to reach out and talk to a lot more people, work with a lot more of those engineers out there that are either designing developments or our capital projects. And then just that development community that's growing our city and ensuring that we're growing properly according to our design standards, but also that we see new and exciting things happening every day.
Yeah, we're definitely in a growth spurt. It seems like we've been in one for many years now.
Right, yeah, it's exciting. Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you want to tell our citizens about you? Who's your favorite baseball team?
That's the Kansas City Royals.
I won't hold that against you
suffer
either.
quite a bit, but we have a flash every now and then.
Very good,
yeah,
very good.
No, other than that, just happy to be here and excited to take this next step forward.
Well, great. Well, thanks so much for your time, and I'm sure we'll be talking again.
Sounds good. Thanks, Shannon.
So our next segment, we are near the intersection of Cliff Avenue and Chambers Street, and we welcome to the show Holly Meyer. Holly, welcome.
Thank you.
So talk to us a little bit about the environmental campus.
Yeah, so right here we have our environmental center, and that houses our handful of environmental staff that work on stormwater and environmental regulatory pieces, as well as sustainability. Okay. And then we are currently in our household hazardous waste facility. It's a mouthful. We're in that facility right now, and this is the location where residents in the 5-county area can drop off their electronic waste and their household hazardous waste for free.
Great. So give us some examples. So we see maybe TVs behind us, like VCRs.
Yes.
And what other types of electronics? How small do you take?
Yeah, that's a great question. So some of our main ones are TVs, computers, DVD players, VCRs. We take small things down to cell phones, down to iPods. We take batteries, so all types of batteries, you can bring them here. And then, yeah, we have some large TVs, some of those old big box TVs, we take those as well. So not only electronics, but things like household chemicals, household cleaners. We take paint thinners, type the sort of maintenance household materials. Let me think here. And we take automotive types of things. So old gasoline, we take antifreeze and other types of vehicle maintenance types of materials from somebody's own residence, not from businesses, but from residences.
So then is there a space that you can reuse that so people can come in and actually take what we've received?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that. We have a reuse room in the front of this building on Chambers and Cliff, and that is where the HHW staff will put paint that's reusable, lawn fertilizers that are reusable, really any materials that they get that are reusable, not the electronics, but the chemicals and the paint and things like that. They'll put that in that reuse room, and it's open as long as HHW is open. So that's Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. And people can come by and take a look at the reuse room. If there's paint, they can take that. We just ask that you excuse me, don't take too many materials. Just take what you'll use. And it is a first come, first served basis.
So is that pretty popular room?
It's really popular. Yeah, it's exciting. And I love getting the word out because some people don't know about it. So if you're looking for, we have a lot of beige types of paints and things, those common types. So if you're looking for that, feel free to come down to our reuse room and take a look.
And it's free of charge?
It's free of charge, yeah.
Great. And same thing with the drop-off, no fees are required or anything?
Exactly. They're free for our residents in Lake Lincoln, McCook, Minnehaha, and Turner counties. And we're really advocating for people to use this because it keeps our landfills free of these materials, and our electronics get reused and recycled. And then our hazardous materials, paints and things also get reused and recycled. So it's a really great program that the city offers.
Oh yeah, so that just leads into my next question about being a sustainable community. And I know that you're working on a sustainability master plan. Can you give our viewers a quick update on where you're at with that?
Yeah, so the city last created their sustainability plan in 2012. So we're doing an update of that plan right now. And we are in our community engagement period in April to coincide with Earth Month. So we have a big sustainability survey on our website, and that's at siouxfalls.org/sustainability. And all residents and visitors, people who work in Sioux Falls, can take that survey, give us their feedback on what they envision a sustainable Sioux Falls would look like, what types of priorities and strategies they want to see the city working on, and we will use that feedback and that data to help shape the plan in the next few months.
So are you doing this survey just because of COVID and the distancing requirement, or is this was kind of your original plan?
Well, we were wanting to do a survey anyway. Unfortunately, with COVID, we weren't able to do the in-person workshops and sort of plan those. We would have had those too, but we're hoping to have a workshop later in October as things are opening up a little bit. But yeah, our big push has been virtual this year. Yeah.
Well, you got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. So then talk to me a little bit about your team that works in the office down here. So what type of projects are you guys working on?
Yeah. So I have two colleagues who are environmental analysts, and they work a lot on stormwater. They do some stormwater regulations and permitting to make sure that our contractors, any construction that's going on is doing that correctly, and making sure that soil and materials aren't going into our storm drains, so protecting the Big Sioux River essentially from that upstream side of things. And something that we're really doing that's really exciting is we have this new green infrastructure project being kicked off. So that is a new project for our community, and we're working on that in Central Sioux Falls. And that green infrastructure is a way to use more nature-based solutions for stormwater management. So we use rain gardens and bioinfiltration, a lot of green space and native plants to help draw stormwater down into the roots and to infiltrate back into the groundwater system rather than running off into our streams and our river. So it's really great for the environment. It's great for our stormwater management, and it also has some really great community benefits because we have these beautiful green spaces with more native plants and an area for people to sort of get some mental health benefits.
Oh,
and things.
sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of fun
Yeah,
things
sorry,
going on.
I'm talking so fast. It's so exciting, though.
All right, well, we're going to go out to the landfill next,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to talk a little bit about the landfill pass and, what's accepted. So the landfill does a lot of recycling, though, also. So
Yes.
give it just a brief update on the recycling and where we're headed with recycling in the Sioux Falls.
Yeah, absolutely. So the landfill actually has a lot of materials accepted. So they accept any appliances that people are taking to the landfill, and they recycle all that scrap metal. They take tires for recycling, yard waste, they compost yard waste, and then branches. If people are doing yard work this spring and they have branches, they can bring those right up to the landfill, and the landfill will do a couple items of reuse for them. They'll either chip them up and sell them as biomass, or do a couple other things. So really great reuse and
Sure.
recycling of materials.
Because you don't accept branches down here at the house.
Correct.
Okay.
Only in the fall.
Okay.
So we don't accept them right now.
So if I have some things in my house that I want to get rid of, how do I know where to go, either here or the landfill? What type of resources do you have for citizens like me?
Yeah, so the city has a really great disposal guide on our website. So that's at siouxfalls.org/recycle. And on the right-hand side of the page, there's a box that says full disposal guide. If you click that link, there's a box, and you can type in your material that you have. So say it's a mattress, you would type in mattress, and you would see there that it goes to the landfill. Conversely, if you have paint, you can type in paint, and there will be some subcategories if the paint is full or if it's empty. If it's empty, it can go into the trash, actually. But if it's full, you want to bring it to our household hazardous waste. So it's got thousands of options
Wow.
on there. So it's a really great place for people to go. I go there, sometimes still.
Yeah.
It's a really great place for people to get to look up materials that they have at their house and that they're not sure of.
So there's no excuse for us to keep this in our garage.
Right, exactly. Yes, I tell myself that as well. So yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for your time. And our next stop is out at the landfill.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Thanks, Shannon.
Well, I'm out here at the Sioux Falls Regional Landfill, and I'm with Donnie Cooper, our landfill superintendent. Donnie, guess what I got in the mail the other day, which is our Sioux Falls Regional Landfill Pass. So I'm sure a lot of our residents are getting this. Can you give our viewers just an update on what they need to know when they're coming out with their landfill pass?
Yep, absolutely. So that landfill pass is good for one free pass to the landfill, and you can bring any items such as yard waste, trees. You can bring out furniture. So there's a lot of different things you can bring out. Just make sure that your load's tarped and yeah.
Can I bring out like a refrigerator?
Yes, you can bring out appliances. You can bring out tires. I think it's good for 4 tires.
Okay. So this year, it's a little different than last year during COVID. So this year, it's actually our normal time of getting these sent out. Is that right?
Yes, so these are good from April 1st to September 4th.
Okay.
And last year we ran it a little bit later than normal because of COVID. And so this year they'll expire September 4th.
So we have every opportunity to keep cleaning. This cleaning that we started last year, we can finish up the cleaning this year then.
Yes, that's right.
Very
Yeah,
good.
you bet.
So lots of other exciting things happening when our citizens come out with their loaded and tarped items. How do they get out to the area that they can unload then?
So a recent change that we've made, we've been able to open up the commercial scale to residential customers so they can get through a lot faster. Our goal is to try to keep the wait time under 15 minutes. Where in the past, without that second lane, we've seen wait times for up to 20 minutes. So that extra lane has helped us tremendously with the flow of traffic and minimizing those wait times.
So that's an excellent addition. So once they get past the wait booth, then where do they go then? I mean, is there other areas that people can help them figure out where to
Yeah,
go?
absolutely. So they'll go to the convenience area.
Okay.
If you have any questions whatsoever, you can ask the scale attendants and they'll answer any questions you may have. And then you'll go to the convenience area where there'll be 2 employees that the first one will greet you to ask a couple questions on what you have and what, if you have any recyclables, and then they'll communicate with the second employee up there to see which lanes are open for you to go and back up into.
Excellent, wonderful. So any helpful hints for our residents who are bringing loads out?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, just make sure that the loads are tarped. It's a very busy year, so on a nice weekend we could see up to or even over 1,000 customers. So a lot going on up there. So if you happen to have your kids or pets, just try to keep them in the vehicles to keep them safe. There's a lot of backing going on up there, and we just want to make sure all of our customers are safe.
Well, that's great advice. And so just looking out here, there is a lot of changes going on in 2021 at the landfill. So last year we were out here talking about the dirt being moved for Cell 4. What is the status of Cell 4?
Yeah, so one thing that we continue to evaluate are our efficiencies and trying to continue to be as innovative as possible with our landfill management program. So Cell 4 will be constructing this year, and it'll consist of the geosynthetic liner, the landfill gas and leachate infrastructure. So we're looking forward to that project, and hopefully get that kicked off here in the next few weeks and see where it goes.
So also with their spring cleanup, I know I've been out in the yard cleaning up, old landscaping and stuff. I'm really low on mulch right now. Is there mulch out here also at the landfill?
We actually don't have wood mulch,
Okay.
but we do have compost, which is a really nice benefit to our citizens of Sioux Falls, our residents. They can come out and get loads of compost free of charge, and we have plenty of it, so feel free to come out anytime.
And you would use the compost for like your gardens and stuff, or what
Yeah,
would you use compost for?
it's a good alternative to fertilizer. It's just got full of nutrients, good stuff for plant growth.
Great. So if I wanted to come get that compost, how would I do that? Is it here, like in the convenience area, or where do I go?
Yep, so you just come right to the scale house and tell the scale staff that you would like to get a load of compost. They'll ask you a couple questions, and if you decide you would like it, you would need to load it yourself, and you would be able to get it right up in Route 2, which is the convenience area by the compost windrows,
Okay.
and load it right there. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask the scale staff.
So do I bring shovels, or are there shovels provided?
Typically, there'll be shovels up there
Okay.
if you don't happen to have one with you. So you can utilize that and load your pickup or a trailer however you want.
Great, thanks.